Okay, so moving on to the festival itself, Tomorrowland. Okay, so this mukbang Q&A got split into 3 parts because one video was just way too long. So part 7 of the Tomorrowland series covers the global journey experience. So all the questions and my final thoughts on that. So here is the video for that. It's already been posted. And then part 8 of this series covers the Dreamville experience and all the questions and my final thoughts on that. So here is the video for that one as well. And now the final part to this series will cover my full Tomorrowland festival experience and questions. Let's do it. So VIP or GA? I got a VIP ticket and I would not do it again. Dreamville is where I first saw like the VIP perks, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing all weekend. In Dreamville, there's a VIP like overlooking like raised separate section, so that was cool. Inside the festival, only one other stage had it, unless I just happened to miss it. But out of all the festival, all the stages, excuse me, I only remember one stage having that separate like VIP section. MainStage had, I'm supposed to be wearing Tomorrowland shirt. I'm not gonna redo this. I just realized that I didn't put on my t-shirt, which is probably a good thing because I'm eating like pizza and like whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. The main stage, there's several raised sections which are actually anybody can go to. There's one raised section in the middle which I thought was VIP. When I went to go up to there, like, no, this is a different wristband. I'm like, what's higher than VIP? They're like, you just can't come up here. So what I did find, the VIP for main stage, it's not that good. Okay, so it's in an enclosed structure. It does like open out, but for the most part it's like in an enclosed structure. It serves food and drinks and all that in there. To be able to see anything from there, you have to be along the railing of this structure, which I think are made, for like people that bought bottles or tables or whatever. There are a bunch of screens that go throughout the whole structure. So like if you're in there and you're not up against the railing, like you could see, but like you don't want to watch to like the artist on a screen, and no thank you. But the coolest thing inside the structure was that they had hot tubs and massage chairs, which was wild. They have bathing suits that you can rent there, and yeah, so I do the hot tub. I don't really like hot tubs, but I did do the massage chair, and they last for 15 minutes, so that was the coolest thing, I guess, about VIP. So no, definitely not worth it. I really don't even know what the cost difference is because everything was wrapped up in my global journey package, but you do not need VIP for Tomorrowland. How was the PLUR? So PLUR is a very American concept. This is my 3rd international festival. I've done EDC Japan and EDC Mexico, and didn't have anybody like trading candy with me there, or really wearing candy or anything like that. And I guess this also can go in the next question, like what was the difference in outfits? So, and again, same things I saw at those other festivals is like the way that Americans dress is very much an American thing. You will see people like dressed up, but not the majority like we do at American festivals, or like all the candy and stuff. Like candy is a very American thing. I think only an American thing. And then the outfits, like they're just a lot more casual. So I didn't mind dressing up. I dressed up all 3 days. I didn't mind dressing up because this isn't my first rodeo. I wasn't gonna be surprised. I don't care if I stick out like a sore thumb. That's like my rave culture, is that like I am an American, and dressing up has always been such a part of the experience for me. Like I used to make all my own outfits for every single event. So the outfit's just always been part of it for me. So I'm still gonna dress up. And yeah, so I didn't mind, but no, you will see the majority of the people there not dressed up, very casual, in a crop top and shorts, or just something very, very simple or very casual. And that is fine. That's just, we have a very American rave aesthetic here, and it's great, and I love it, and other places don't, and it's great, and I love that too. Wear what you want to wear, be comfortable, and just know if you do decide to dress up at an international festival, that people may stop to take pictures with you, or they may look at you. Sometimes it's not going to be friendly, and it's okay. If you can handle that, then dress up. Just know what you're getting yourself into. And if you'd rather not have the attention or people looking at you or stopping you for pictures, then don't dress up. Simple as that. What was the crowd like? So in general, I guess I'm gonna start off about the physicalities of the crowd. The crowd at Tomorrowland in general is just so much older than what I see here in America, which was kind of refreshing because I'm 32 years old, so it was nice to be around people my age and even so much more older than me that are still going to these things. Because I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And I've always just had that mindset, I'm gonna go until I can't anymore. It was just nice being around a lot of people older than me that are still doing it and having fun. And they're purely for the music. I don't care who I piss off, but when I see these younger kids, not kids, young adults go to these festivals, a lot of the time I get the impression that they're only going because they see it on social media, they think it's cool, and they go and they get to dress up, and then they're really fucked up on drugs. That's not my vibe. So when I see a lot of that happening in America, it's just great. It's people here that don't even necessarily want to be here, and for the music and the atmosphere, they're just here to get really messed up and take pictures for Instagram. I'm not a gatekeeper. I want everybody to experience something that they want to experience if they have the right intentions. So I go to festivals because I love the music. I started in 2012. I'm still going. I still love the music. I haven't done drugs, I think, since 2013. I did what everybody else did or does now. And it wasn't for me, so I stopped. So I've been sober raving ever since. Sometimes I drink, but for the most part, I'm completely sober at these things. So I know why I'm there, because I love it so much, the music, the people, and all that. But if you're only going just to be under the influence and show everybody on social media, then that's when I'm just why are you here, And about the drug thing, I don't care what anybody does. If you want to do it, cool, go ahead. But don't let that be the only reason. There's literally people have told me, I can only listen to this, when I'm on Molly. What? I hate that more than anything. Those are the people that I don't want at the events. If you can only listen to that music under the influence, no. So it was just refreshing being surrounded by a different crowd where that's just not so much a thing. They drink a lot over there though. I did see quite a few people drunk, and it's cool because you can even walk around with pictures of, what did I see, beer and mojitos and stuff, so that's cool. So I guess drinking's just more of their thing. I'm sure drugs are a thing there too. I just didn't see somebody I couldn't see somebody actively rolling, is what I'm trying to say, So again, just because I don't do it, is a little bit refreshing being around other people that also didn't do it or weren't, completely fucked up out of their minds. What are pearls? So pearls are the Tomorrowland currency. They try to advocate for a cashless system. So I thought it was only pearls. So on your wristband, I don't have it on. On your wristband, a lot of festivals are doing these days. You add money to it, and then you just swipe it every time you buy something. So I put, like, I didn't know how much things were gonna be. Like, I already bought my ticket and things like that. It was camping, breakfast package, like, all that was already paid for. So I added $300, 300 euros, I guess, to my wristband. And yeah, I didn't use it all. So I had $75 left. So you do get a refund back. You do get a refund back of the pearls that you are unspent. But it's so hard to tell, like, what it is. Like, so say I put $300 onto my wristband and it was like 180 pearls. So you figure that out. You figure out the conversion. They, like, when you're doing it, like, they tell you on the website, but I still just don't understand because it's like pearls to euros and you got to do euros to USD or whatever. So yeah, but I also found out real quick that not everybody is forced to take pearls, excuse me. So you could still just use credit cards. I have no idea about the cash. I didn't even take out any euros, so I have no idea how cash works, but pearls is the Tomorrowland currency, and whatever you don't use, you can get back at the end. Okay. The Tomorrowland Restaurant. So that is a part of the add-on sale. That's something that I did. It was so beautiful. So there are multiple restaurants that you can buy a reservation to throughout Tomorrowland, but I wanted the Tomorrowland Restaurant, which is the one that sits on top or in front of MainStage. So I got really lucky and I got front row center. Like, there's only a few tables up against the window there. So I got really lucky because I got one of those tables and I got the one that was front and center to MainStage. So it was really nice. And I feel like that cost me 45 euros. So you pick the date on the add-on sale that you want to go, and then the time. That shit sells out so quick. So when the add-on sale happens, like, go get your reservation. So yeah, it's about 45 euros. They give you a glass of champagne when you enter. They give you like a cool appetizer. An appetizer where you like licked off the plate. And I saw it was the same across like all the weekends from like the other friends that went there. And then a main entree, a salad, bread, and then a wine. I spilled my wine, so they ended up giving me 2. But that was a really beautiful experience, and I highly recommend 10 out of 10 for everybody to do the Tomorrowland experience or Tomorrowland Restaurant. But just know, like, if you're with 1 or 2 or even more people, you probably won't get set next to the window, and there's a possibility like your back could even be facing the stage. So just keep that in mind. What were the stages and production like? There are like 15 stages. It wasn't until I left that I realized I didn't make it to all of them. So I'm not a one stage type girl at all. Like, I want to go to all the stages and listen to all the music. But Tomorrowland is so big. So it's really hard to make it everywhere. So when I didn't have like a set that I wanted to see, like, I would just roam around and listen to the music at the different stages. So the stages are all so beautifully done and all just so different too. Like the techno tent, like I call it techno tent because it looked like a circus tent from the outside, and you go in, the lights like around the whole thing. And then main stage was very futuristic. Crystal Garden was out in the open with waterfalls, and the top covered part had flowers. Like, all the stages were just so beautifully done. Some were inside, some were in the middle of the forest. Like, I missed the one that was like, it was like a big stone face in the middle of the forest. Like, looked amazing for the pictures, but overall the production and stages were top notch. The sound quality was great. The theatrics were great, whether it was like smoke or water or fireworks, whatever. Like, good job, Tomorrowland. About security and like lines and stuff. So security in general, very laxed. Like, going into Dreamville, they have to like open up every bag. Like, I had 3 bags, so they open up all of them, but they don't go through every freaking zipper and pocket, this, that, and the other. They just kind of like open up and fiddle around and like move on. That's it. So do with that what you will. And then getting into the festival too, they just don't want you taking in water and stuff. But again, they weren't like rummaging through every pocket and zipper or whatever. So security in general was very cool. And then I feel like I didn't see too much around like the grounds and stuff, maybe because I don't need to, I don't know. I mean, you do see them, but not like you see it at Insomniac events, like all like the ground patrol, which isn't security, but just in general, like I just didn't see too many, I guess, workers throughout the grounds that weekend. and then lines for things. So the only time I really ever like had to wait in lines was the lines to get into the actual festival every day. It would get really packed. But other than that, lines for everything else just went so quick. Like the food stands, like they serve very limited menus. Like whichever food stall there's a million food options, but whichever one you saw there's like 3 or 4 options, and so it's quick to just like have food ready to go and then pushed out to the people. So there's that. So what is the best way to prepare to even buy a ticket? I think I've already kind of mentioned this, but the best way to prepare is like, we don't even know what, I would imagine next year is going to be in July as well. I don't know, I have no idea if it's going to be 2 or 3 weekends, but when they follow Tomorrowland on Instagram and also sign up for an account with them to be able to pre-register. So that's what I do, is pre-register. So then if you miss their announcements on Instagram, then you'll get notified in your email of when the official dates are, and then when you can buy a ticket. Decide who you're going with and make sure they are 110% down to go. Thankfully, I didn't have that issue. Like, me and Alyssa planned it together. We hadn't even met yet, but we planned it together, and I just had like good vibes. We're about the same age. Like, she just seems like a responsible girly, so am I. So like, I never got a bad feeling about it, but like, I've tried to plan things with people before, and they just, like, at this point in time, like, if she would have fell through, like, I still would have went by myself. I have no problem doing that. But like, I just have a weird thing about asking people to do stuff with me, because people are all hype. I'll do it, and then they don't do it. Like, I know I'm gonna do it. So make sure that you have your group, or at least a friend, or roll it solo. I would have done this completely alone. But you know for sure it's gonna go, because you can't mess around with this. Like, you need, when tickets go on sale, you need your money and you need to pay right away. There is no payment plan, so you don't want somebody that's gonna flake or that just isn't like a trustworthy person. So make sure, so step 1, make sure, or step 2, because I said pre-register and be ready. And then step 2 is make sure either you're gonna roll it solo, or that you have somebody that you can count on that is dead as serious and will get the tickets when they go on sale. And then step 3, like, have a plan A through D. If you don't get your first, second, or third accommodations that you wanted, this is what happened to me. I had to go with a third option that I didn't plan for. It worked out, it's fine, but be prepared. There's a whole year for the next Tomorrowland, so go through, decide hotel, Dreamville. And then from there, look at every freaking option within those. Or just know, like, okay, I don't want to stay in a hostel, so obviously you wouldn't look at the hostels or whatever. But look at every option, and then make sure you and your group are all in agreement. It's probably easier to, like, when you go with the group, or at least when you book with 2 people, like, only one person buys. That's what I saw. If you book with 2 people, you don't have to buy 2 separate things, but only one person buys, and then both go under there. Or they have other packages. You can book up to at least 10. I think it's called a friendship package. It's the one I missed. The friendship package, you can book up to 10 people. So only one person is the main buyer, and then they're the ones that buy for the whole group, excuse me, and then everybody's info gets uploaded to that. Okay, so I've addressed everything that I've answered here, and I could really just talk about Tomorrowland for days and days and days, and I have been for the past, I went 3 weeks ago, and I have been, and it's been amazing. But overall, I love this festival, and I 100% would go back. Like, I want to go back next year just so I can, like, experience the better camping options, the Montego area. But I love this festival. I would go back. I don't want to go back every year until the end of time, just because, like, my friend brought it up, like, you don't want to like take the uniqueness or like take away how special it is. So, you know, going every few years, you know, would be ideal. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, drop them in the comments down below, or watch my full Tomorrowland playlist. I go through one day at a time for every vlog of my full experience at Tomorrowland. So thank you so much for watching this video and eating with me. This was actually very difficult. I have 2 pieces of pizza left. There's a big bowl of salad. I knew I wasn't gonna finish that, but I made that for the week. And then still some chicken fettuccine alfredo left. I'm full. This was a lot harder than I anticipated it would be, but I still had fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at electric_ollie. Bye.